In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the simple process of submitting a written insight to Agent Insight. The first step is to, using a web browser, Chrome or Internet Explorer or Firefox, visit agentinsight.net. When you do, this screen will look like this with the single option of logging in through Main Street. If you click that button, you'll be shown a Main Street login. You simply supply your Main Street credentials, the same credentials you would use for Design Center, Lead Street, and Main Street, and click Login. And it will take you to a site that is the market site where you are assigned. And at the top in the upper right, it should list who you are and say, "Welcome, Bob," or whoever you are. This is your profile page. And in my case, I don't have very much information here yet. That will change as I work with Agent Insight. This photo that appears here should come straight over from Lead Street. All of this information should come from Lead Street. You won't have to do any of that. But this is the starting point once you've logged in. To submit an insight, the process is that you need to first find the place that you want to write about. So the simplest way to do that is to go to the Explore Places to Live menu. And from there, you can look through and find places either by finding them on the lists, finding them on the map, or if you happen to know them, you can just simply type them in the search box here. And let's say I want to write something about English Village. So once I've found that, I land on the community page for English Village. Since I'm logged in as an agent, I see these red buttons. And in this case, we want to use the first one, Submit an Area Insight on English Village. So I click that, and I get the Insight Submission form. This is a very simple form. It already knows who I am. It says I can look at Welcome Bob up on top. It knows where I'm looking, the neighborhood of English Village in Mountain Brook, Alabama. And perhaps I want to write a review about my favorite restaurant. And I can add anything I'd like here. Typically you would enter a paragraph or two. At least 3 sentences, I think, is what we recommend. Notice that the spell checker underlines when I've typed something incorrectly. Okay, so here's my very short insight. We'll clean it up a little bit, but it actually doesn't matter too much about that. This will go through editing and moderation so that if there's anything spell check or grammar check that we need to take care of, we'll take care of that for you. So make sure that this expresses the thought that you have and incorporates what you'd like to say. That's the most important thing. And that's all that's required to do a simple insight. These other fields are optional. We can talk about those later in another video. This is something that you can utilize to kind of give the restaurant, in this case the restaurant, an overall ranking. Let me say I'll give it 4 stars. The rest of this doesn't really apply to restaurants. And I click the blue Submit button. If I go to the English Village community page now, I will see that my area insight is now there. It's in pending form because it hasn't been reviewed yet, but that will change in a few hours. You'll notice I also have a little gray edit button underneath any insight that I've submitted, which means I can click that and go back and make a change to my insights. So that's the basic process of submitting an insight on a community page.